Shalom, my little ladders of light. Rabbi Socks here, freshly pressed from the dryer and ready to climb some Torah together. This week's Torah portion is called Vayetze, which means, and he went out. Now, Yaakov, or Jacob, left his home and began a long journey all by himself. Now, he wasn't running to something, he was running from something. He was running from his brother Esav because he was so angry he wanted to hurt him. So Yaakov set off toward the land of his uncle Lavan, far, far away. Now I'm sure in the midst of his fear and loneliness, he felt like everyone he loved was in a galaxy far, far away. Now that night, Yaakov stopped to sleep. He used a rock for a pillow. Ouch! Boy, is that literally being between a rock and a hard place. You know, it's hard to imagine being able to sleep, but he slept hard enough that he was able to have a wild dream. And while he was dreaming, something amazing happened. He saw a ladder. I'll tell you what, if I had to sleep on a rock, I'd be dreaming about ladders to climb out of that bed too. Anyway, this was not just an ordinary ladder. This one was reaching all the way up to heaven. Angels were climbing up and down it. Hashem stood beside him and promised, I am with you, and I will bring you back to this land. Wow, what a dream. And when Yaakov woke up, he said, surely Hashem is in this place. I didn't even know it. So he set up that stone pillow as a memorial, and he named the place Beit El, the house of God. A hard pillow with a rock-solid promise from Hashem. Later, Yaakov arrived at a well where shepherds were waiting to water their sheep. And who should show up but Rachel? Have you ever heard of love at first sight? Well, it's not just a fairy tale. It may be rare, but it happens. After all, it happened to me. Anyway, Yaakov was so happy that he helped roll away the giant stone covering the well all by himself. Well, that's what I call sock lifting moment, right? Now, Yaakov went on to work for Lavan for 7 years to marry Rachel, but Lavan tricked him. Instead, he ended up marrying her older sister, Leah. And then he worked another 7 years for Rachel and finally married her too. Eventually, Yaakov became the father of 12 sons and 1 daughter. What a big blessed family, right? So now, just real quick, I know some of this story may sound weird. A man marrying a cousin and her sister, and his uncle being his father-in-law who was tricking him into marrying both of his daughters so he could keep him around and make him rich. And then he loves Rachel and hates Leah. What? Sounds like a plot for a really bad movie, right? Well, we don't have time to explain all of that, but things were very different back then. I mean, think about it. That was 4,000 years ago. Oy, oy, oy. But what I want you to remember is Yaakov was a tzaddik. He was a godly man. He did not hate Leah the way we think of it. He actually loved her. And they had a lot of kids together. In fact, most of the children of Israel were hers. But he did not love and want to marry her like he did Rachel. They were all tricked. He chose to be a good husband and to love her anyway. And he loved Rachel more, and he wanted to marry her. I mean, he worked for years, sometimes for free, so he can marry her. Now, this made Leah feel unloved because she was forced to marry him, and he had a favorite, and it just wasn't her. But you know what? We bless all of our daughters, saying, may you be like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. She is our mother, and we honor her for being a loving mother and wife, even though it was tough. So here are the big lessons we can get from this Torah portion. 1, God is with you wherever you go. Even when Yaakov was far from home and scared, Hashem promised to stay by his side. You are never alone. Hashem's ladder of love always reaches you. Our master, Hashem's Mashiach, reminds us of this when he says, and remember, I am always with you, even to the end of the age. Number 2, ordinary places can be holy. Yaakov thought he was just sleeping on a rock, but that place became the house of God. Sometimes the holiest moments happen in the most unexpected places, like your dinner table or even your laundry basket. Number 3, hard work can bring holy rewards. Yaakov worked faithfully for many years, and Hashem blessed him greatly. When we work hard, stay honest, and trust Hashem's timing, beautiful things happen. Number 4, family can be messy, but still full of blessing. Even with all the mix-ups, Hashem used Yaakov's family to build the nation of Israel. Hashem can bring peace and purpose out of any tangle, just like folding mismatched socks. Remember Yaakov and Yehuda, the master's brothers? They're often known as James and Jude. They both rejected Yeshua as Messiah, but only at first. This caused issues in the family, but they realized that they were wrong about their big brother. So the master forgave them, trusted them, and they both served as the top leaders of our faith. Wow! So remember, my shining steps of faith, wherever life takes you, Hashem is already there. He's setting up the ladder just for you. Every step you take in kindness and truth brings heaven and earth a little closer together. Well, that's it for this week's Socks on Your Table. Until next time, keep your hearts climbing, your prayers rising, and your socks full of shalom. Shalom!
Socks on your table!